Welcome to the kidsministry.blog podcast. Every episode, we share ideas, tips, and resources to help your children's ministry thrive.
Okay, let's unpack a fascinating deep dive today. We're drawing insights from a recent article on kidsministry.blog. It's called 10 Classic Bible Stories Every Kid Should Know. And this piece, it really tackles a question I think many of us face, whether you're a parent, teacher, whatever. What stories actually stick with kids?
Yeah.
What really equips them for life beyond just like the cute picture?
Exactly. And that's what we want to explore here. It's not just a list, right? It's more about the why. Why these stories? What are the deep truths they offer? And, these aren't just for kids. They resonate with us too. They're foundational.
Absolutely. The author starts with such a relatable moment, being asked point blank by a parent, which stories does my 7-year-old really need?
Yeah.
And having that, Noah reaction.
Yeah.
It makes you realize some stories just land differently. They have staying power.
Well, it's true. And you might think it's the big dramatic parts, but often it's the core message underneath. Take creation. The key takeaway for a child isn't debating timelines. It's much simpler. God made you on purpose, intentionally.
Right.
The article mentions this really poignant story, a 9-year-old girl. Her parents were divorcing, and she asked, did God make a mistake when he made me?
Wow.
Yeah. And finding comfort in that idea. No, you were perfectly made by a loving God in that specific moment. That's incredibly powerful. It really shows how fundamental that message is for a child's self-worth, especially when things feel unstable.
That really hits home, doesn't it? That personal connection. And speaking of instability, let's talk Noah's Ark. Yes, the animals are fun. Kids love that part.
Sure, the visual is great.
But the deeper point the article makes is about God keeping promises, resilience.
Mm-hmm.
That rainbow, it's not just pretty scenery after the rain. It becomes this huge symbol of God's commitment, his covenant.
Exactly. It offers this sense of stability, which is so vital for kids whose worlds can sometimes feel, pretty chaotic. A promise holds firm.
Okay, and then David and Goliath. Talk about a classic.
A huge one, and so valuable for any kid feeling small or, over. It's like they're facing something impossible.
Right.
But what's really interesting, and the article points this out, is David's bravery isn't really about being a great shot with a sling. It's about his absolute confidence, his trust in God.
Okay.
That's where the strength comes from. It shows kids that real power isn't just physical size or skill. It's that inner conviction. It kind of flips the script on might makes right, doesn't it?
It really does. And that leads nicely into the Good Samaritan, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Kids get this one instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Kindness, yeah, but from someone totally unexpected.
And it's not just about being nice. It's radical.
It is. It's about actively helping someone you're maybe supposed to ignore, someone different.
Crossing those divides.
Exactly. It's practical empathy. Love in action. A really powerful lesson about looking past labels.
And, building on that idea of how these stories land, the source makes a really good point. It says the specific curriculum, the exact words you use, they matter less than the heart you bring to it.
That's interesting. So the delivery.
Yeah. And the environment. Encourage questions. Let kids wonder. Be okay saying, wow, that's a great question, even if you don't have a neat answer right away.
Right. Resisting the urge to have all the solutions.
Exactly. It fosters real curiosity, lets them think for themselves.
So thinking about this for you, our listener,
Okay.
What's the big takeaway? These stories, they really are like building blocks, aren't they?
Definitely.
They're planting seeds. Maybe they sprout right away. Maybe it takes years. Maybe something clicks when they face a challenge later on.
Mm-hmm.
They're shaping how kids see God, how they understand the world, and his work in it.
It's a long-term thing, investing in their worldview, their
A
character.
profound investment.
Precisely. So maybe a final thought to leave you with, as you think about these deep truths from these classic stories, which one resonates with you right now? Or perhaps, which one could you share with a young person in your life, knowing the kind of lasting impact it might have, maybe years down the road? It's about planting those seeds, the ones that truly endure.
Thanks for listening. To find more ideas, tips, and resources, go to kidsministry.blog. We'll see you next time.